አመለኛው እግሬኝ መጓዝ የለመደ አመለኛው እግሬ መሄድ የለመደ
Welcome. This is Addisababa, the new flower of Ethiopia, the place where the everlasting wisdom of Africans was poured to create the lighthouse of Pan-Africanism, Addisababa. It's been more than 135 years since this wondrous creation of nature, a dry island floating on a mountainous peak, was established. This vibrant African capital, greater than 6.7 million people, are living in astonishing harmony. A harmony that is a mirror-like depiction of the ancient Ethiopian value of tolerance, the symbol of antiquity, archives of continental history, a symbol of modern thinking, a true black principal core figure, not only in name, but also in its essence. For the untrained eye, this might seem a bit too idealistic, but Addisababa is the reality of harmonious existentialism, multi-religious, all the inhabitants of the mesmerizing Addis live through the common value that entails religion as one's own, while the country is for all. The wisdom of the people sets that each person should bow down to the God of his heart's choosing, and it is the responsibility of everyone to respect that. If the need is to know the various cultures of Ethiopia without traveling all over the country, Addisababa is the one city where you can have it all. The customs, the traditions, the specific cultural feasts, the dances, the diverse way of life of different ethnicities. In this African capital, one can have it all. Addisababa is feathered up by the country's own ingenious hands, the native utensils, the indigenous clothing, jewelry, and customs. In this historic city, there is a grand museum which contains the credible evidence that solidifies the scientific evolution of humankind. Lucy, aka Dinkanish, the 3.2 million-year-old Australopithecus afarensis species of human, resides in the Ethiopian National Museum. In the history of Ethiopia's higher educational institutions, Addisababa University is the oldest and the one regarded as the highest. Ethiopia, where the spirit of African independence emanates. The capital city that refused to be occupied by fascists and martyred 30,000 of its citizens in one day, because freedom is the virtue of Ethiopians. Apart from being a symbol of Pan-Africanism, this city has shown great potential to stand together as a cornerstone of the country and the continent, by being a founding member of 2 consecutive African unity organizations. Hosting many embassies from different nations, Addis Ababa is also home to a number of international organizations led by the United Nations and the European Union. Been prospering and shining like its name for a long time, leaving a legacy for its citizens, and today it's on an exciting path of transformation. Tremendous effort has been taken in the last 4 years to make Addis Ababa beginning at the Bole International Airport, a new passenger terminal, the first of its kind, purposely designed with biosafety and biosecurity in mind, was completed after the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic. The construction of the new passenger terminal at Bole International Airport strengthens Addis Ababa's position as Africa's aviation hub. Stunning transformation of Mescal Square, an area often used for public gatherings, demonstrations, festivals, and, most notably, the Mescal holiday, has been reconstructed under the supervision of the Addis Ababa City Administration to provide modern services to the city's residents and the country's tourism sector. Beautiful scenery of Friendship Square during the day and the multicolored waterfalls in the breezy air at night are a sight for sore eyes. One of the most beautiful public parks in Africa, it contains an artificial lake, a plaza that can accommodate tens of thousands of people at a time, a wedding garden, a children's park, restaurants, sports avenues, water fountains, flower belts, amphitheaters, water dance-like fountains, open spaces, and much more. The Green Legacy Initiative, which Ethiopia launched in June of 2019 by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, is rooted in the vision of building a green and climate-resilient country. And it was the capital, Addis Ababa, that was one of the leaders to implement this Green Legacy project. Green Legacy, Addis Ababa is laying the foundation for multidimensional prosperity by leaving a climate-smart generational legacy. The Riverside Project will especially play a significant role in the green development of Addis Ababa. The project aims to enhance the well-being of city dwellers by mitigating flooding and pollution through the creation of public spaces and parks, bicycle paths, and walkways along the riverside. It has been extended along the riverbanks of the Ethiopian capital for 56 kilometers, from the Entoto Mountains to the Akaki River. Addis Ababa is becoming more livable, not only because the riverbanks will be secured to prevent flooding, but also because public green spaces will be created. Along the riverbank, cafes and restaurants will attract future real estate development and promote international and domestic tourism here in Addis Ababa. On your way, you will find Abrihat Library, which means the Library of Enlightenment. It's one of the 10 leading libraries in Africa. It's divided into 4 floors and has shelves that can hold 1.4 million books. It contains more than 240,000 paperless books and 300,000 research articles. Braille books are also included. It's the best place to equip children with knowledge and wisdom, as books are thought to play an important role in developing tomorrow's children into rational. At this place, A remarkable job has been done in connecting this generation with science by building a science museum that allows citizens to join the journey of technology that's advancing at an incredible rate, while also passing on modern knowledge of the past to the future generations. Living in a city comes with a number of difficulties, including the need for food self-sufficiency, a lack of housing, and, most importantly, the city administration's extensive efforts to increase residents' capacity for self- and family-supporting employment. It's been a few years since the administration of Addisababa established the Student Nutrition Agency to meet the nutritional needs of students enrolled in public schools in the city and to promote better knowledge and create competent citizens. Addisababa City Administration is feeding 700,000 students being fed. In addition to the students, the city's administration is collaborating with non-governmental humanitarian individuals as well as organizations to feed around 30,000 citizens of the city per day in 13 feeding centers called Addisababa. The Addisababa City Housing Development Corporation has helped a large number of people become homeowners. This has been done in order to balance the demand and supply of housing in the city due to the fast growth of its population. The city administration is playing a major role in people-oriented development by renovating the homes of low-income citizens and making them live a better life by building houses in a shorter period of time without being displaced. Recently, the first phase of the construction of the headquarters of the African Center for Disease Control has been completed and inaugurated in this city, which is the anchor of Africa. Addisababa aspires to be a world-class metropolis that is pleasant to live in, where residents may work and flourish, engage in commerce, and generate income. There is a resource full of alternatives that have built convenient industrial parks for industrial investors and opened their doors to developers.
عملن يوكري ما خد لمده